So, welcome to episode 1 of the Startup Diaries, simple vlogs, where I'm just going to be recording on the go. So it's Monday, it's a late start today. Abdul's car broke down or something, it's in some garage, so he's gone to pick it up. So I've had a pretty slow morning, but Mondays are the most heaviest in terms of tasks to accomplish. We set the agenda for the whole week and get usually a ton of work done. So let's see how it goes. I'm just going in. I'm just getting on the tube now and we'll take it from here. So I find it actually a super weird experience holding your camera out in public and loads of people just walking by and they look at you. But I've been watching loads of YouTube videos and people vlogging, and you have to get past it apparently. I know amateurs like to use this angle because it looks like you're sort of hiding it, but I think you have to be brave enough to put your camera up like this. Anyways, let me put the face tracking on, so I'm a bit more comfortable walking with this on. So this morning, woke up to actually some bad news. So a founder in the health tech space, who I thought was actually doing quite well and things were going very well, actually decided that, I'm not sure if he's shut down the company, but he's left the company. Now that's one of the hardest things to hear, because as a founder, you sink so much time into your startup. You're up late into the night, you're up early, non-stop doing everything from marketing, user acquisition, feedback, and often you're not actually getting paid a lot at all. So it's a lot. It's a lot to process when you're deciding to leave or to shut down. And it's quite scary because as a founder on the journey myself as well, the worst thing that could happen, and God forbid, inshallah, never I have to face this, is if your startup goes up in smoke essentially. And we've seen startups go up in smoke, whether it's pre-seed, seed, Series A. We've seen what's happened with Babylon. Babylon reached IPO, reached the market, and then completely tanked it after that. So every single startup can go through it. So I think it's one of the most scariest things. And it's that sense of when you have to put it out into the public, I think it's that scary thing of people judging you for it. People thinking, yeah, you just wasted a whole shit ton of time doing this startup nonsense when you could have just had a career of some sort, be it as a doctor, a clinician, in corporate consulting or whatever it is. You could have just had a career instead of trying to put out this invention into the world. So yeah, it's a bit gut-wrenching to see a founder having to leave or shut down their startup. The other thing is, we need founders to be successful because we need an ecosystem. San Francisco's famous for it, right? You need an ecosystem of successful founders, great founders who are building great products, because that then means a lot of investors will support it, the government, other businesses will sort of take it up as well. So I think it's really important to have successful founders. So yeah, I hope he goes on to do insane things. I know they will. The founder journey just equips you with so much skill that you're literally employable everywhere if you decide to go get a job. Or most founders, it's in their DNA. They eventually start up something else. So I'm excited to see actually where they end up. I think they'll do well. But never a good feeling. Never a good feeling to see a founder shut down or leave their startup. Alright, so I'm in the co-working space now. Usually on a Monday we start to plan out the whole agenda, as I said. Got this diary thing which I basically populate with the whole week, top 3 targets, go through the metrics, put on my gym tracker and everything on that as well, on paper. I like it both digitally and on paper. But let me introduce you to the guy who ruined my life. I could have been a medic, could have become a consultant by now, or a surgical consultant. This is the guy who ruined my life. Oh, what do you have to say for yourself?
Hi.
So, meet the co-founder, Abdul Rayed. All right, so we've sat through and we've gone through our 2025 goals. We've talked about the team. We're about to just now go over all the finances of the startup, shred any costs. What happens? One of the things that happens as a startup is you get subscription creep. So you subscribe to all of these things that you want to use, all these AI softwares, everything to help with content, marketing, etc., etc. And then you get a massive bill, and half of the stuff you don't use. So I like to stay on top of finances. I like to shred that bill to keep on top of that. We're only paying for stuff that we're actually using. It's one of the necessary skill to have is keeping an eye on runway and making sure you're looking after it. So that's what we're up to right now. So Monday morning's lunch is sponsored by Abdul. He's got me some knickknacks, some Milky Way, Maryland cookies. There's one more packet for him as well. So yeah, we're skipping lunch today. So I see. Okay, fine. I think, first of all, bro, I'm happy that you've done the sign up and everything. So what we need to do is you try to do it alone, that's why. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I like what you just said. Use me to keep focus. All right. Like yourself, I want to make the next 2 weeks of my life also hell. So I will be late into the night working. I'll be on this as well. So just as I want it to be the hardest for you, I want it to be the hardest for me as well. So 24/7, I'm on. All right, so we're relaunching the Peer platform, right? We decided to tear it all down, and we spent the last essentially all of Christmas going through a rebuild phase. So right now we're packaging it up, signing things off. We've just reviewed the signing off process. It's not a simple case of you just put in name, username, email, and you just get through it. Right, you get serious people abusing your platform, and you'd think, right, doctors, professionals, medical students, they won't abuse the platform. Lo and behold, they all do it. So we've got to make sure security and all of those things are really, really tight on the platform. So we've just gone through the registration and sign-on process. I'm going to hand it over to Abdul to give you his reactions of it. Abdul,
It is incredible.
take the mic, man.
It is incredible. I met the developer yesterday, Sunday. We had like a brief of what things to include in the sign-up page. We just tested it now. Like, it looks incredible. It's spot on. There's like a place card that auto-populates as you put in your information, and it makes that enjoyable process of like filling in your profile to kind of see what's behind the registration gate. We can't wait to show it to you guys. Maybe AMS will probably screen record the process when this video goes live, but it's really good. As in, like, UX, UI, the design experience makes such a big difference. But yeah, man, we're excited to really get this out there and start, become the best leading network for health and life sciences. Like, super excited. That first reaction, I don't even know. I can't even describe it. It's something they need to experience. But yeah, we'll share more as things come to light.
I've just about convinced Abdul to do this whole vlogging stuff. He's still getting used to it, and he's still got his professional voice on right now. But yeah, so we've just gone through the signing in process. We've designed it all, and I think we just need to sign off on it and move on. But I know. Actually, they say you shouldn't fall in love with your product. But you know what? As founders, times are so crap sometimes that how can you not? How can you not celebrate these moments? So celebrating just the process of getting the registration process up, and we've now got a verified system, so you can't just put in some donkey email and expect to use all our features. So for all of those guys who are abusing our platform, no more. It's the end of that. All right, so it is 6:41 p.m. So the day's not finished because we've actually booked a team meeting at midnight today. But we are looking to deliver a product within a fortnight, so things have to be done, doesn't matter when. We managed to sit today, go through our 2025 goals, go over the team, go over the year plan, go over a few deals that we need to wrap up essentially, shred any rubbish costs, looking after our runway. We had dinner exactly where I'm sitting here. So I'm going to now head home. I'm going to try and get to the gym. Hopefully I can. And then we're back on at midnight. So the day's not finished, but we did start late. So as I said, his car was in some garage or something. So we started late, but we're going to be finishing really late. So Monday's not over, but I'm still going with good energy. Let's go. So yeah, it is 7 p.m. and we just wrapped up work. I've got a meeting at midnight scheduled with the team. So it's a catch-22 situation, right? Essentially, as founders, we've got control over our time, right? We can start late, we can finish late. It does mean long hours, as I said, so having a meeting late in the day, having a meeting early in the morning. But at the end of the day, I think what's the most important thing is, as a founder, when you're working on your startup, is making sure you're turning up, you're doing the work, and you're making sure that the energy is really high. I think that's the most important thing. Do things whenever you like, just make sure you're completing the tasks that need to be done. The maddest thing, right, is holding a gadget like this DJI thing in front of me, a £600 gadget. And in London, you've got all these bikers now snatching things. The thing is, if they try and jack this, I don't know how much they're trying to get, how much they're going to get for this. But yeah, holding a camera out, speaking to yourself in public feels super, super weird. And then you got to think of people jacking you on top of that. But no, I think there's value in doing this. There's value in doing this. There's value in sharing the journey. And I want to actually experiment and see, what does this teach me? What skills do I acquire? How does it help my communication skills? And what does it do for this YouTube channel? That'll be really interesting to see. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it for the rest of this trip. I need to get home. I need to try and see if I can make some time for the gym. And then go to sleep after that for another day. So it's currently 11:50 p.m. I did not manage to go to the gym. I got a call from my pop saying, hey, why don't you come over? Wanted to see the grandson and everything. So I just spent the last couple of hours, to be honest, with just family. So I've gotten a message from one of the engineers and he's ready to go. So we're all just logging in, ready for the meeting. I think what we need to do is sign off on a couple of things. If we're happy with certain features, if we're not happy with certain features, what the next sprint looks like. What we've done is, so sprints are essentially 1 or 2 weeks where you're going to deliver one big project or big feature. What we've done is, so we're rebuilding the whole peer app. So what we've done is we've formed micro sprints. So every 3 days we need to deliver certain things so that we can package version 1 of the rebuild and just ship it. And yeah, that's the plan. So we're just about to go into this meeting now. So there we have it, right? It is now 1:34 a.m. That's Monday, just wrapped up. Engineers and everyone all very happy. And it's now basically roll on Tuesday. Time to get some sleep.